So I just finished putting this together. It is the GreenForest. There's the model number. This is the computer desk that's reversible, so you can swap out which side is going to be short and long, and the shelf can go anywhere, which is pretty cool. So yeah, 1 hour to put it together. It wasn't too difficult. It was, you know, the drawings were good. There was a couple times I was confused. I like this. This is an overview picture. If you were like, oh, where does that go? That's an overview picture. Sometimes I had to really look at the picture carefully and be like, wait, what is changing from this step to the one above it? So good drawings. It just takes a minute to, you know, figure out what you're doing on each step. I loved how the parts were organized. They came in the thing here where they were very clearly labeled and organized, and I was cutting off, you know, the parts that I needed. I didn't lose any pieces. There was the exact correct amount, no extras, not missing any. And it came with an Allen wrench and a screwdriver. And just for the sake of trying it out, I tried to use both of these. This was horrible and it hurt my hands. So I feel like this was a waste of money to send this. And most people have a screwdriver. Man, it would have been a pain to have to use that to screw things in. It's just very uncomfortable. So I did use a regular screwdriver, and I did just use this for the majority of the project just because that's what it came with. But by the end, it was no longer working. So my last step was the shelf, and this has gotten a little bit rounded, and it was sticking, and it was kind of like threading out the bolts. So this did not work for the entire thing. I did switch out to a set of Allen keys that I have, and then it worked really well. And I really wish that I just would have started with this from the beginning, because there are some tight angles when you're in this corner, and the little Allen key can't make a full turn, and so you have to keep taking it in and out. And I should have just switched to this sooner, because I can use it in a more vertical way and just keep going a lot faster. So I would recommend some type of Allen key instead of that. So overall, easy to put together. All of the holes aligned perfectly. There was no area that didn't fit together. I did have to loosen the ones with the boards because I had tightened it too much, and I just had to back up a little bit so that the boards could fit out on the top, and then tighten them back up again. And now these are in there really well. So perfect fit. Good quality for being, you know, a put together type product. I thought it's pretty good. Let's see. I love that the shelf can go anywhere. I think that's a great feature. I just stuck it here on the end for now because I'm not sure where we're going to put the double monitors. So just to get this out of the way, but it is not screwed into the desk. It's pressure clamps. So you can see that. And they have a washer that does not have a hole in it, so you can tighten those up and it's not going to scratch or poke a hole through the bottom. So that is a pretty cool feature, that this can sit here, but you can also move it. So impressed. I did put that in upside down at first and thought, this doesn't look right, why are there all these holes there? Flipped it over, took an extra couple minutes to figure that part out, but you know, I just wasn't looking careful enough at the instructions. So I think it's good. It is sturdy. It's not rickety. I was really concerned that looking at the structure that this was going to be very flimsy, and it moves a little bit, but it is overall pretty solid. And once monitors and things are on here, it should weigh it down a little bit better. My biggest complaint was the packaging. They obviously cared about not letting anything get scratched, so there was a lot of packaging. Everything came in its own bag to prevent scratching. Despite that, there is a scratch on the bottom of the shelf, but who cares? It's on the bottom. That came out of the box like that. And then there's this weird gray scuff mark there, which is not horrible. I just wish they didn't have to use quite so much packaging. So here's the box, and I mean, this box is 4 feet long. This is That's a lot of garbage that's going to go in the landfill. It's a lot of styrofoam, a lot of plastic, and I don't feel good about throwing this out. It just doesn't seem like in today's world we should be just dumping this much in the landfill for packaging. This could have been maybe one of those brown paper products. Things could have been wrapped up in that brown paper, which would have been recyclable. Yeah, or using cardboard blocks instead of the styrofoam. And I know it's all about cutting costs for the company, but we got to be concerned about our environmental footprint right now. So that doesn't feel good to be throwing that much away and then have the product still be scratched in a couple places. So that would be my one area I think they could improve on, is the packaging. But overall, really happy with it. I know my son's gonna love it. Set up his computer, his double monitors. He's got so much more space now than his little tiny desk that he was using before. So I recommend it. I think it's totally worth it. And you should give it a try.